Once upon a time, in a vibrant, sun-drenched forest, a tiny mouse found himself at the end of his rope. For months, his giant neighbor, a massive bear, had been trapped in the deepest of hibernations, creating a symphony of snoring that rattled the very trees and kept the poor mouse awake through every season. He tried everything, shouting until his throat was sore and even blasting a loud bugle right at the cave entrance. But the beast simply wouldn't stir. Following the advice of his friends, the mouse gathered his courage to approach the forest king, the lion. He figured that if anyone could wake a slumbering giant, it was the king of the beasts. However, when he finally crept up to the lion's lair, his request was met with nothing but arrogance. The lion dismissed him, calling him a tiny, useless creature, and refused to waste his regal time on such a trivial task. Yet the tides of fortune turned quickly. Soon after, the proud lion was suddenly struck by an agonizing, uncontrollable itch that reduced him to a frantic mess, rubbing against trees and thrashing in the water to find relief. Hiding in the shadows to preserve his pride, the lion was eventually spotted by the little mouse, who realized immediately that the king was infested with tiny fleas. Despite the lion's earlier rudeness, the mouse jumped onto his back, carefully navigating the thick fur to pluck out the pests one by one until the king's discomfort finally vanished. Deeply ashamed of his past arrogance, the lion thanked the mouse for his kindness and offered him a ride home. When they reached the mouse's cave, the snoring was louder than ever. Recalling the mouse's original request, the king didn't hesitate. He took a deep, steadying breath and let out a roar so monumental that it shook the very foundation of the bear's home. The giant bear startled into consciousness, stumbling out into the light, bewildered by the world around him. As the forest animals shared a laugh at the confused bear, the mouse finally breathed a sigh of relief, knowing his long, sleepless winter was officially over. Don't close this video just yet. If you loved seeing how a tiny mouse and a grumpy lion teamed up to defeat the world's loudest snorer, you're going to want front row seats for what's coming next. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now, because a brand new, magical adventure drops very soon. And trust me, you do not want to miss the surprise waiting in the next forest.